want to give us nothing. So therefore, we got to go take it. I don't need to say no more. Give me my darn theme music.
Welcome to the DY Prods channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. What it do? Now, we know the slogan for the Eagles this season. If Nick Sirianni stays, he got to stay out the way. I'm going to say that one more time. If Nick Sirianni stays, he got to stay out the way. Now, that just means, Nick, we just need you to be hands off, all right? We need to let the coaches do what they're going to do. I don't have a problem with Nick. He's just kind of bullheaded, and if we're going to let him be on his mini-man shit, all right, cool. You going to lean into being the bad guy? Cool. I'm fine with that, but just you don't need to be tinkering with the offense and what Jalen and Kellen's trying to cook up over there, all right? Yeah, but we're headed to week 8. And we beat the Giants 28-3. Right now, we are people are saying that we should have beat them down and all that. But all I'm you gotta go get that win. So we did what we were supposed to do, and we dominated. And this week we have a little bit of a better matchup. A better test for us to see where our defense and our offense is at. More our defense. We are at the Bengals in Cincinnati at 1:00. Now, originally, this game was at 4:25. We were flexed out of this game. All right. We were flexed out of this game. So that means we got demoted. They thought that little of us that we got moved out of our game of the week position with the Bengals and them too. That's how little they thought of the Bengals too, to move the Washington Redskins against Caleb Williams and the Bears. So we're going to have to show and prove this week. A couple things. We take a look at the Bengals, and they've won 2 straight. Joe Burrow and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they're playing well as of late. Their offensive line is still shot. Their defense, I think we can take advantage of. But this is a very winnable game, ladies and gentlemen. This game is very winnable. Right now, Vegas has them favored by 3. And that just tells me if this gets into a shootout, then they believe in the Cincinnati Bengals more than us. But I think the recipe is easy. On offense, we just keep riding the run game until it falls off. Saquon is over 100 carries right now. So I want to see Kenny, if we're having success on the ground and we find our niche, then I want to see Kenny Gainwell get more involved just to keep Saquon's legs fresh, especially if we're going to make a run through the playoffs. We're going to need his legs later. Now, if Jalen is called upon to make some plays, I believe he can do that. Hopefully, him and Kellen have ironed out the kinks, so we can get Devontae involved more, and that'll be that. I think the recipe is easy, though. We run the ball, control the clock. We keep the ball out of Joe Burrow's hands and instead of allowing them to make plays against our defense. Now, that's that for our offense. For defense, our defense is I like what I'm seeing on defense. I think this is a nice little test for them to see where they at. Their offense, like I said, their offensive line is shot, so I expect to get some pressure. It's, again, like the keys to victory was last week. It starts with Jalen Carter. If he commands the double team up the middle, then that's going to open up things for other guys. on the edge, and even Nakobe Dean coming down the middle. He's very good at shooting the gap and getting to the quarterback. So if we allow him to do that instead of trying to get him in open space, then let's do that. Zach Bond looks like he's going to be good to go. I was kind of excited. It was going to be kind of a double-edged sword, because if Zach Bond didn't play, then we get to see Jeremiah Trotter Jr. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But at the same time, we want to see Jeremiah Trotter Jr. in place of Nakobe Dean. That's all I want to see. I want to maximize this defense. That's all I want to see. But as far as the back end goes, they played well last week. Cooper DeJean has been a linchpin, along with Quinyon Mitchell. He's been a shutdown corner, and he's going to have his hands full this week with let me take that back. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they're going to have their hands full with Quinyon Mitchell this week. All right. Now, I don't know if Darius is going to play. If he plays, cool. If not, then either Isaiah Rodgers or Keely Ringo is going to have to step up, and I believe they can handle that. But I want to give credit to T. Higgins. He's been playing very well since he got back from his injury. He's been on fire. I'm not gonna lie. He's been playing lights out. And Jamar Chase, he's been doing Jamar Chase things. So, but we got us one. We got a superhero, and don't throw it the Q side. Just don't. On the backside, CJGJ and what was his name? Reed Blankenship. They're going to have to continue playing well, being solid, no big plays. They're going to have to be on their P's and Q's on this one. So that's that. Sidney Brown, hopefully, we got Sidney Brown on one side and then Chase Brown, the running back for the Bengals, on another. Hopefully, Sidney Brown gets to, put this dude in a wheelchair. That's what I'm talking about. And he'll come see him in the hospital later. But I want to see Sidney Brown as well. Probably not going to see him unless either one of the safeties gets hurt, though. So I'm not wishing for that, but that's probably the name of the game. Lastly, is special teams. I saw a report, or I saw Vic Fangio say earlier this week that he doesn't want Cooper DeJean punt returning. And I said that maybe 1 or 2 days in my last video, in the wrap-up video last week, that I didn't want to see that either. They need to find somebody else because he's too important to the defense and what we're trying to do right now. So hopefully they get that taken care of. And yeah, but that's another reason why you should subscribe, because you're getting tomorrow's news today. All right. But again, the Bengals, they're not that good. And the Eagles, this is a very beatable team. The Eagles should win. We need to score in the first quarter, yo. We need to score in the first quarter. So hopefully we can break that drought. I'll say we break that drought this week. And we win 31-17. All right. Fly, Eagles, fly.